In Hilltop Manager, you can draw a set of data over the top of a previous graph as an overplot. This is useful when you would like to see data for one site plotted with data from another. I am going to look at flow on the Anakeena River at Duntroon from the 1st of January 2000 to the 1st of January 2003. And I want to look at flow measured at another site on the same river. There are several ways to do this. You can select Overplot from the View menu, use the keyboard shortcut key Ctrl-O, or click this toolbar button. Then select your second set of data, in this case flow on the Anakeena River at Gorge. Because we are looking at the same measurement and therefore the same units, the same axis labels are used for the overplot. If you want new labels, use Overplot Right, Ctrl-R, or this toolbar button. So if I now overplot flow at a third site on the Anakeena River, Manager gives me right-hand axis labels with both axes in cubic meters per second, as we are again looking at the same measurement. Using the keyboard shortcuts is the most efficient way to work. For example, if I overplot flow at a second site, but then decide I'd actually like the axis labels for the second site on the right hand side, I press Ctrl-Z to undo, Ctrl-R for an overplot with right hand axis labels, and Ctrl-Y to redo. If necessary, you can adjust the vertical scales independently. You can also look at two or more different measurements together on the same graph. For this, I am going to look at flow on the Anakeena River at Gorge. Select Overplot and graph water temperature data from the same site. As temperature is measured in different units to flow, Manager has automatically drawn a new vertical axis for temperature on the right-hand side. You can have up to 3 sets of right axis labels. Any more and the pane becomes overcrowded, and you lose the plot, so to speak. Looking at the graph, you can see that there is almost 50 years of flow data, but a shorter period where temperature was measured. Overplots can be zoomed in the usual way, and I'm going to zoom in on the period where there is data for both flow and temperature. Common measurements to graph together are flow and rainfall. To demonstrate this, I'll start with a new graph. I'll graph my flow data, then overplot rainfall. Hilltop Manager plots rainfall downwards from the top axis, as this is useful when matching flow and rainfall. Should you want rainfall on the lower axis, go to Configure, Graphs, and untick Overplot Rainfall upside down. Click OK, and when you next plot rainfall, it will be drawn on the lower axis. The Graph Options dialog is also where you make changes to the way a graph is displayed. To learn how to do this, watch Configuring and Printing your graphs.